If you caught our last episode, you saw the knockdown. Yeah, that was part of the 654 nautical mile passage from Greenland to Iceland. Waves cresting behind us, our enclosure taking a beating. It was intense. But now, we've made it to land. Safely docked in Iceland. Can you believe it? It was such a relief to be here. And the best part? We got to this epic place entirely by our own means. It's a rewarding feeling, and we can't wait to check this place out. First things first, we're fixing up the canvas because it was so comfortable with it. It's hard to go back to life without it feeling super exposed, especially in the cold. And I think it would be so much harder to cruise while you're cold in the cockpit versus being, cozy and able to enjoy your surroundings a little more. So Travis is on it.
On it. First things first. This just ripped off this bolt rope, which I only had one thread on there anyways, so that's actually maybe a good thing because it just tore that single thread, not the canvas.
When I caught that first glimpse of it, when it was just shredded and hanging, it looked irreparable. So very happy that it looks like this guy can fix it.
Yeah, we got 4 panels are wrecked, but one's really badly damaged, and the other 3 aren't too bad. But I kind of sewn these on, and that's what I make it strap down in certain areas where I couldn't get a strap on the material itself because it kind of was an afterthought, but it almost saved the canvas because these just tore off.
They're sacrificial.
Yeah, like a sacrificial tearaway. So then I'll just sew that back on and then it'll strap back on. Versus the one that did get super damaged is the one that I had these locks actually through the canvas and it ripped the actual canvas. So bonus.
Didn't even know that you're an accidental genius.
Yes.
Design genius.
They're not pretty, but
it doesn't matter versus it
ripping the whole entire canvas.
And
I'm actually okay with it now.
Pulling its way up through all the fabric. After that crazy crossing from Greenland, stepping onto dry land in Iceland felt pretty unreal. Reykjavik is the capital, filled with shops, cafes, restaurants, a great place to wander and people watch. This is where we gotta get some of your photos.
I'd actually like to do a place like this. It's like a studio and all your art.
The church tower kind of anchors the whole skyline, and the bright painted buildings make the whole city feel like it's got personality on every corner. It's perfect. Down by the waterfront, you've got the Sun Voyager, which many people mistaken as a Viking ship, but it's actually a dreamboat and an ode to the sun, representing the promise of undiscovered territory and a dream of hope, progress, and freedom. Tons of locals and tourists just hanging out by the water, people soaking in the hot pools, swimming, and just making the most of being outside in their short summer. We showed up at the right time too. Their big cultural festival was going on where there are tons of events and activities.
Hey, that's not bad.
Just walking a little across from it.
Oh no! Are you alright? Are you alright? No!
Stand up straight.
Hold me up.
And now pull.
Hold on, I'm not straight.
Pull down on your.
Okay, I'm going.
No, pull down. Yeah, see? That's the key.
Saying bigger than myself, but it's not enough.
The streets were packed, music everywhere, and all kinds of stuff happening. They wrapped up the night with fireworks, which was the perfect end to a full-on day of just soaking up the local vibe. We are on the road today.
Yoo-hoo!
We rented a car. Since we were downtown at a dock, it'd be the best time for us to get around and see places that we're probably not going to sail to, like the South Coast.
Yeah, you can't sail the South Coast here. There's no stops, so we thought we'd drive it.
We're not going to do the famous Golden Circle route, only because our interests were primarily more towards the south. This is probably the most expensive car rental that we've ever gotten. We did have to opt for all of the optionals because the roads are crazy here. Like, we'll be driving on a paved road and then suddenly it'll be gravel bouncing off of our wheel wells and off of other people's cars, tour buses.
Yeah, it's like paved road, then just a layer of gravel over top.
Yeah.
It's weird.
We are here at the famous black sand beach on the south coast, just outside of the town of Vik. And there are tons of black sand beaches around Iceland, but this is like the super touristy, most popular one. Very scenic. It's got the basalt columns, the cave, and it's known as the most dangerous beach in Iceland because the waves can get pretty gnarly here. People get washed out as they're trying to wrap the corner and walk around the cave. And Travis, you said that somebody recently lost their life here when trying to walk around, or?
Yeah, sadly, I think not too long ago, someone lost their life trying to get around that and the wave washed them out to sea. So that's really sad to hear.
Or when photographers try to take photos of the waves and then they just get swept out. But I think this is one of the calmest days we could have picked. It said it was a yellow light. Seems pretty calm. Shore break is very far away.
It is smashed with people.
It is, but it could be worse. We should get some nice photos.
Oh. How can I physically get a nice photo? I might as well just put my camera back. Or just come at like evening when everyone has to go home.
That'd be a little difficult though, because it is a 3-hour drive, like one way back. 3 hours and 15 minutes from where we're docked in Reykjavik. It's okay. Just happy to see it. Our next stop was an incredibly stunning canyon. The name, it's a tricky one to pronounce. It's something along the lines of fjords. Don't ask me to say that one twice. About 2 kilometers long, with these steep green walls that twist and wind like a maze. You can hike along the top and look straight down into the river that carved it out over thousands of years ago. Seeing it from the drone really puts it in perspective. You can see just how wild and untouched most of Iceland is. Next stop, seeing some of the infinite waterfalls that this island is graced with. This one was the best bang for our buck. You only have to pay for parking once, and you get 2 waterfalls out of the deal. Gotta take the wins where you can in Iceland, because man is it expensive here. This is so cool. We're about to walk under a waterfall. Let's go. I want to get the camera wet. That was the wettest part.
Yeah, I think I'm a little wetter than I was expecting to get.
I think it's because we hung out there longer than we thought we were going to because it was so cool.
The second waterfall was a short 5-minute walk away on the other side of the gorge.
Okay, let's go. And to end off the night, we are gonna soak in a geothermal hot spring.
Yeah, might have found a little diamond in the rough.
This was a quiet and peaceful spot in the countryside. The pool we're in was built back in 1935 to bathe sheep. There's a pool behind us where the property owners did their laundry, and the third larger pool was built more recently to accommodate tourists.
All we need is the northern lights, and it would be a cherry on top of the day.
After enjoying a few days in Reykjavik to rest and reset, we departed, excited to sail out and explore more of Iceland. A few miles out, we encountered trouble. I'm kind of scared.
Folded.
That's
supposed to be straight, but it hit a wall, and then whatever it did.
Wow, that's really bent. What the heck?
Well, so I might have to try to straighten this now, see if we can get steering, but that's not the problem. It totally disengaged everything up here. There's nothing here controlling the linkage down below, so it's a little bit more of a worry. Smidge of a worry.
What? Travis, I'm getting really scared. There, seriously.
No.
I'm getting really scared.
Why?
Because I don't want to fucking trip off into anything. We have no fucking steering.
No. Okay, hold the wheel.
You getting any movement?
What?
Are you getting any movement?
Yeah, it's not strong.
Oh, really? It looks like it's strong. There's a boat on our course.
Oh, whatever. He radios on 16.
Yeah, he's 2 nautical miles away.
They were disabled without steering. Working on it now.
Yeah, he's 2.5 nautical miles away. He's gonna cross in front of us, and he's going 12 knots. That's probably a. Oh, it's like a cruise ship.
Okay, I'm gonna stick this bar through this hole here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the hard part.
Okay, well, how can I help?
Try to slip this eyelet over that piece right there. The eyelet right there?
Yeah.
Or that pin?
Yeah.
That needs to be slipped on top. Continue to see what kind of force I can put on it.
So it's working for now, but you don't know what damage could have been done to the linkages
In the column.
down there.
So pretty much we just gotta get on course. I'm sure it'll be fine steering the autopilot because there shouldn't be any pressure on this. And then when we get to dock, I'll have to like pull this off and see if I can see anything. Figure out how this works.
Let me put what happened into a bit more context. So we were going dead downwind in anywhere from 20 to 30 knots, and we had a full main up. Hadn't put the head sail up yet, luckily, but we were crossing over the wind with every wave, so I should have had our boom onto the starboard side of the boat, but it was actually onto port, because when we first set off, that's the way we had it set up, but then the wind shifted, so we needed to jibe. And because it was spiking up to 35 knots of wind, I didn't want to just jibe while still going downwind. So what we wanted to do was round up into the wind, cross over the wind, and that's okay because the sea state wasn't too crazy. It was short and steep, but nothing too crazy. And what happened was I took it off autopilot, steered hard to starboard, and tried to steer into the wind, and that was going all right And then I think there was too much pressure when we were getting almost a beam or just ahead of the beam. Even though I had the boom way out, there still was a lot of pressure on the sail. And I think what happened was that kinked the bar in our linkage. And then when we rounded over to the other side, I tried to correct it so we wouldn't go extra, just like pass our mark. And I think that popped the linkage off the bottom of the arm of the steering column. So I was still trying to steer, but now that linkage is off and it was bent and wedged. So I turned on autopilot, which didn't help anything. And now there was a lot of pressure on that bar and between all the linkage and the autopilot that the autopilot couldn't hold its course. That bar was just wedged and it wouldn't allow the autopilot to do what it needed to. So now what was happening was, because we couldn't steer, we were on the opposite tack. And then because we couldn't steer, the wind wanted to round up. So meaning we wanted to steer into the wind. And then the sail would flap and then it would violently go across the boat and end up on the other tack. And then we would go downwind. And then we'd pass the wind and then it'd be an accidental jibe. So the boom would come ripping back the other side. So we were doing like 360s. And the boom was just whipping back and forth. And I didn't have the boom brake on. I had it unclutched at the time. It just ripped the whole boom brake rope right out of the clutch, so I couldn't even grab it to like lock it back. So we kept doing these 360s. I was trying to figure out autopilot and why, like what our steering was without trying to further brake anything else. So, you know, you take all that and put us in this environment of, are we safe? We got a ship coming directly on us. Yeah, it just elevates the whole situation. But I knew we could fix it. I knew we had a tiller, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't break anything further. Like, I didn't want to wreck our autopilot with trying to, you know, put too much pressure on it. So yeah, once we doused the sail, then that was less craziness. Yeah, we're back on track and making sweet ground, so yeah.
So we actually found the schematics of our steering column so we could look into exactly
what happened.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I thought it was built. Maybe just I thought the gear was at the bottom, but you can see the gear right here. It's actually like a half moon. It's a half circle. When I overturned the wheel and bent the bar, the gears actually disengaged off each other. So then we lost steering.
Like it's only supposed to go left and right, but it actually loosened up and spun around, you said, right? Which disengaged its connection here.
Which disengaged this connection to that point.
As soon as that popped off and disengaged there, that's when you felt that we had no steering.
Yeah, our lower arm here was free spinning, our steering wheel was free spinning.
When we were fixing it,
so I was down below holding on to the lower linkage arm here to try to match the gear up top with the gear on the shaft for the steering wheel. We were just playing with each other to try to match the gearing up. Just had to bend the bar straight, and that's how we got it back together. As you might notice, I sewed our canvas all back together, so that's really nice to have. I was worried it was going to be a bigger job, but it turned out okay. It's not pretty, but now we got like a little tear here. I just sew on all these ends. The biggest one that I hope holds out, you might not be able to see it, but there's a big patch right here. And then a patch here. I had the patch down there and a few other spots, but yeah, I'm glad it's doing good. I think if we get in those conditions again, I'm gonna take the whole enclosure down. This girl, I tell you, even though seasick and lying down, she just waves her magic wand, I think. Muffins are made. Don't even know how. Magic in my eyes. So we just rounded this corner, heading into this next big bay that has a bunch of fjords that lead down into it more. Sea state just completely disappeared. We're doing 7 knots. Perfect. And the views are breathtaking. Because when the show begins and you just sit and sail and watch the views. We got about 3 hours if we can keep this speed up before we end up in I don't even know it. Fjord? I'll butcher it. Oh, there is a bunch of dolphins right up here. Let's see if they come to the boat, which it looks like they're heading our way. Cool. Oh, he sees me. You have to sit very still up here so they don't see you. That's my theory. Oh, there's a bunch more. Whoa, they just shot under the boat. Hopefully they got a spot for us to tie up for a couple days, and it's one of the most iconic, like, photographed mountains that I definitely want to go get a photograph of. I would love to get a photograph if the sky opens up and we get an aurora borealis. That would just be like an amazing photo. But if I can get a photo of it anyways, I'll be happy. Ah, the birds. So this is funny. Well, we tried to get to this one across the way, but apparently because there's these little tenders coming in and out, they wouldn't allow us on that dock. I guess it's pretty private, I suppose. But we can go there after 5. So we came over here and then we tied up to this, and it's still gonna go out maybe another 5 feet. I did not think about tying us closer to the ladder that's way back there, which is where I tied the back line to. So this is gonna be a a funny climb. Yeah.
That's the closer ladder?
Well, we were miles away from you. You would have had to have climbed these tires.
So are we monkeying across the wall to get to it, or pulling the stern
No,
closer
we can
to
pull
it?
closer to it.
Okay.
Simple. No, go so I can get on. Yeah, I just moved us back so we can at least get the ladder.
Getting in will be interesting.
Well, I did that because I was like, oh, we don't have groceries, so I would start climbing down those tires and they leave your hands all black.
We're just getting started. We're going to be continuing on sailing the north coast of Iceland. If you're enjoying this journey, please hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It really makes a difference for us. It's like a digital pat on the back, and that sort of thing means a lot to us. It's been a demanding season, which you'll definitely see more of on the videos to come.